everybody to today's edition of CESI in Science. Today we are with Patrick Fey from CNV in the Netherlands. Patrick, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Patrick,
warm greeting from Holland.
Yeah, how's the situation in the Netherlands, and how do you cope also as CNV Connective?
Yeah, I think it's in every country more or less the same. Unfortunately, everybody's longing for the end of COVID, longing for a summer without troubles, being free again. But on the other hand, the situation in the hospitals is very severe. We call it in the Netherlands that we're on the third wave of Corona, and it's not really declining, and that's what's worrying everybody. And the only hope to get over with it is vaccination. And like in other countries, there are worries about some vaccinations from AstraZeneca, from Johnson & Johnson, etc. Sometimes the government stops with AstraZeneca, and a week later on it's used again, which makes people worrisome. But there's a planning in the Netherlands that in the beginning of July, everybody above the age of 18 years should be vaccinated if he or she wants to. But if there are more troubles to come with the vaccinations, it could also be the end of August, which is a great difference also mentally for people, because everybody wants to have a holiday without too much restrictions. So everybody hopes that it will be possible in July to be free again, to go on holiday. But the restrictions on the pubs, the restaurants, the shops are still the evening clock. You have to be at home in the Netherlands after 10 o'clock, are still here. And we hope that in May and June, the restrictions can be restricted, but it's still worrisome. The economic situation is severe in some parts of our economy, of course. The shops, the travel industry, tourism, the restaurants, the pubs, the culture sector, etc. There are a lot of problems. There are also a lot of people working on flexible contracts in these sectors, and they have lost their job, unfortunately. The whole economic situation could be worse because the Dutch economy was strong before Corona started and still is quite strong. The economic decline last year was -4%. And there's a lot of money injected into the economy by the government. In total, at the end of Corona, we think about 7 or 8% of the gross national product is put into the economy to save jobs, to save companies. But we can pay it because there was relatively a low debt from the government. And it's uncertain which will happen after Corona. Will there be another loss of jobs because then the support from the government stops, or will the money which people can't spend, the people who have jobs, will that flow again into the economy? So we will have an economic boost perhaps again in 2022. That's uncertain.
And what do you feel any impacts on the public sector?
Yes.
In terms of wages, and what are the particular challenges now for CNV Connective in these, admittedly challenging times?
The positive thing is that the crisis from 2008 had its effect on the public sector for 5 years. The zero increase in wages till 2015, a very, very long time. And now that will not happen again. That's very positive. And also the government and the employers agree that there will be increases in wages. But on the other hand, we have great difficulties right now at this moment to have new collective agreements because we want a wage increase about 2% or 1.5%, and especially for the people with low wages, that they have more, and which is very difficult. Some sectors we manage to make agreements, in others we don't. And especially in the healthcare sector, it's very important because the people are working very hard, are doing their best jobs for everybody, and people deserve also a wage increase, of course, in times of Corona. But it will be difficult, but it will not be as difficult as it was 10 years ago. And that's a positive news.
So basically also for your trade union, I mean, the challenges are on the table now, but you're coping quite well, I understood.
Yeah, and people don't want to strike right now because we're in the midst of a health crisis. There are people who are losing their jobs in other sectors of the economy. So we want a wage increase, and we expect our union to arrange it, but we prefer not to strike for it. So, and that's what we try to do.
And in terms of, I mean, your members are also, and just as CNV Connective and the colleagues, they also, I mean, we are all teleworking now. Is it called ICT-based mobile work? What are the challenges for your members now in terms of data protection, in terms of working time, in terms of also, let's say, for the future of having a right maybe to telework? What are you focusing now in
yes,
this regards on?
We expect that we will not go back to times before Corona. The home office will be there to stay for people who are able to work from home. Not everybody is, of course. We're talking about, for example, 2 days working at home, 2 days at the office, and the 5th day at your choice. And also the employers want this. They don't want everybody to come back to the office again. So that's important. And there's need for new agreements on this kind of work. You have to have an office at your home. So it costs money. It changes the way of working together. It changes your relation with your boss. How can he control if how you work? That there will be a lot of things which will really be different. Last week we had an interesting survey under our members, 1,200 members. We asked about working from home, and there was a shocking percentage of 15% of the people who were spied by their boss. So there was smart software which checks if you're working, and that's not okay. There are a lot of technical ways to survey people when they open their laptop, but employers should be very restricted on using that, of course. We don't want a big brother watching your situation at home, or that your boss can see at the end of the day how many minutes you were typing, for example, or can look into your room and checking. That's not how we want it. So there, on that side of it, we also want to have new regulations to protect the privacy of our members, of the working people.
CNV Connective is a member of CESI, the European Confederation of Independent Trade Unions. How do you see the role of Europe and of course the role of a European Confederation in these times?
The health crisis is an international crisis. It's a European crisis. It doesn't stop at the border. Also, the economic implications of it are, we share them, so we can learn from each other. And CESI is very important that we contact with each other, that we learn from how to cope with situations. And there also will be needed new regulations from Europe for protection of workers' rights, because the kind of work is changing. It was already changing because of digitalization, but Corona is speeding up the change. And governments work together internationally, companies work together internationally, and trade unions should also work together internationally. That's important, and CESI is very important for us.
Patrick, thanks a lot. Take care of yourself. All the best regards and best wishes to you and your colleagues.
Thank you. Bye-bye.